And there was always a babysitter. If Mom and Dad went out, there was always somebody to look after you.
Yeah.
And they used to make candy. When Mom and Dad would go out, Mom would come home. She'd be so mad if they used her sugar all up making candy. Well, that's what you did. Like today, you'd make popcorn or something. Yeah. And I was just little, and I'm standing there watching them with candy. You cooked it all up, and then you beat it and beat it and beat it like with a spoon. And I stuck my finger in it. I was only about 3 or 4. I can still remember sticking my finger in that blazing hot candy. Burned all my finger, it all blistered. Oh, yeah. I cried all night. I have to tell you, I'm really glad of the family I had. Like, they worked so hard. They worked, but you know what? We had so much fun. So scared of that.
Yeah.
We went up to Grandma's upstairs, that great big picture, and I could still feel that banister. These eyes would follow you right around. You're going around, you know, a little kid. And one night, you kids were up there sleeping upstairs. They're hard. Mom, there's a picture up here that won't quit looking at us.
Aunt Mary.
Oh yeah, Mary Caudle. She was fun, wasn't she?
There's Aunt Katie. She died with a broken back.
Bankslide.
And Uncle Sterling was with her.
Yeah. Was he?
Yeah, he was with her. They were just kids. She was only 17. She got married in November, and Herb was born in January.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my dad's dad had died, and he was most unhappy.
The Rocky Dam was overhauled in 1929, and it was raised up, and Dad was working there then.
I think Dad used to go every day 42 years. Way down over those bloody stairs later. Dad used to fish out the powerhouse window.
We lived at the Rocky there for 3 years, all my life. Keith Dixon grabbed the ladder and went up on the chicken roof. And he wired this goddamn owl that he had shot. He said, Jim, he said, did you know, have you been losing any chickens, Dad? No. Well, he said, I bet you have, because he said, there's a goddamn owl sitting right on the roof. Up he comes, he got the old shotgun. He let him blast with the shotgun. Pellets hit it, it wobbled back and forth, and just straightened right up again. So Dad took another shot, and then he realized what was going on. And he said, you buggers.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Yeah.
Bell-bottom trousers, coat of navy blue. She loves her sailor and he loves her too. When they walk along the street, anyone can see they are oh so much in love, happy as can be. Oh, bell-bottom trousers. See these trousers? After the war, your mom did too. She made Barb a coat. And Mom used to make us clothes out of the boys' old belt, because those pants like this.
They were huge.
They could get it, yeah.
No, but Harry Barb was a photographer for the army during the war. Like, he did a lot of secret work.
I'll never forget the day he came to the Rocky School. He was home on leave. He spoke to us at school.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
About the war.
He was very cool, never. But it was quite I was so proud of him all the time.
That's serious.
I bet, Big brother.
And they were so young.
I remember the day Huey was going by in the convoy.
Yeah, we were
And
kids.
he jumped off the convoy and came in home.
Did he?
And then how am I going to get back to me for the time?
Yeah.
And Dad drove him up before he got caught.
Because he just jumped up. They wouldn't know he was gone.
No. He jumped
Man,
off.
he would have been, if they had missed him, they would have listed him as AWOL.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can you tell me the names of all of your brothers?
Herb, Chester, Ralph, Alec, Hugh, Bill, Gary, Viv, Elsie.
I think you got them all. Did you say Don?
Don.
Yep.
Don.
I don't ever remember my older brothers being mean to me. I don't.
Everybody liked Caesar.
Yeah.
And they loved when you came.
Yeah.
I was up at a nurses' convention, and we were at the Valhalla Inn. And I went over, I think, 2 evenings to see them. And they were very hospitable when I went down there.
Oh, we had a good time all together, but it was usually we were all together when all this happened, you know.
Yeah.
It was only on special occasions that we got to go down for these.
Yeah, for sure, because it's a long way.
Yeah, but of course there was times when we had great times with your mom and dad.
I remember you telling me about Aunt Georgie moving away from home.
Yeah, it was sad.
And then when she came home, she'd come with a suitcase and she'd have a little present for everybody.
She was a good mother.
She was your sister.
Georgie and Harry, like they were an attractive couple. Yeah. Patsy's very much like the
My first
Barbers.
impression of Harry was with his uniform on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. And your mom and dad, I told you about when they got engaged. Or when they were going to get married. He had that little thing sticking out of his... He was sitting in the kitchen, he had a little letter sticking out of his pocket, shirt pocket. It was a marriage license. And he said to Mom said, what do you got there, Ralph? You want to see it? I want to see it. He wanted to show it was your marriage license. That's how they told them. They were young too. I think your dad was he 19?
I was really fond of Uncle Alec.
Yeah.
I spent a fair bit of time with him because he was at Glenroadin a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I was very fond of him.
I loved old Alec.
Yeah.
Alec was good to me. Ruth and Alec Mary Lou. Well, they loved to have a little girl there. The boys were older, eh? So.
Yeah.
And one time I went to the store to get a loaf of bread for Mom before supper. We just had to go down next door, and I spent 10 cents. Grandma gave me a howl when I got home. You don't spend, when you get a loaf of bread, you get a loaf of bread. And Alec was on the couch, and he felt sorry for me and gave me a dime. He had a wonderful heart.
Yeah, he was a neat guy.
Our brothers were all kind.
Yeah.
This is that apartment that's up on the hill downtown, right?
The highbrow. That's a nice picture of Elsie.
I can still remember him coming down the street, whistling. We could hear him whistle.
Oh yeah, he liked to whistle.
Yeah. He'd come home for lunch and we'd be sitting there waiting and we'd hear him whistle coming down the road. I want to think of some other things about when you were young. Can you think of anything to tell me about?
You crazy asses.
What was it like when Kathy and I came to visit you?
It was great.
Did we liven up your house?
No, we livened you up.
That's funny.
Those were the days.
I remember laying on your kitchen counter, and that's how you'd wash my hair.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You guys spent some time with you and Rita, judging by your 8mm film.
Yeah, my mom was really close with Uncle Huey. She really adored him.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of time together. My dad helped Uncle Huey build his house.
Yeah, nice kids.
There's Bruce's son.
Tony, yeah.
Huey decided that he would build a cottage at the back of Grandpa's farm. There was a road. All the fields were connected by that one dirt road.
Yeah, I recall that road.
I think you had to walk down a very winding trail to get down to the level of the river.
Yeah.
And the fishing was amazing.
Don always played piano as a young man, did he?
When he was growing up, he's taken lessons from Mrs. Shipman in Durham for years. It was a struggle for my mother and dad to pay for his his lessons.
When Uncle Don took music lessons, who paid for his music lessons?
Well, we sort of helped him a bit till he got enough for it.
Yeah. You used to help to pay for his music lessons,
Yeah,
didn't you?
some of them.
Yeah.
I didn't take it over, you know.
Yeah.
Because he had to help too.
He was very talented, wasn't he?
Yeah. A good man.
Yeah.
Irene was married at the Rocky, and I was married at the Rocky. And Betty Miller was flower girl for Irene, and she's so scared she started to cry. She's eating her flowers. Poor little cunt. Oh, and her dad went up and got her.
Mom, what did you do after you finished school?
I went to work.
Was it a printing place?
Yeah, it sort of was.
Was it in Owen Sound?
Yes.
Do you remember the name of it?
I think it was Richardson, Bond and Wright.
Richardson, Bond, and Wright?
Yeah.
Is that where you met my dad?
Yeah.
Was he pretty handsome in those days?
Yeah. He always was a good looking guy. He had airplanes.
Oh, yeah, he built them.
He built them all from scratch, and then he'd take them out in front. Then they'd crash, and you could hear them go butter.
And he'd have
That's all. We'd all be out there watching with him. And
then you all had to butter. And then you had to run around and find it.
Yeah, and then we had to run around and find that in the pieces.
Yeah.
Beautiful smile Aunt Mary has.
That's us coming out of the church.
Yeah.
I haven't had these open since we had our 60th.
Oh, there's Pat Barber is there flat.
Yeah, Patsy, yeah. And your mom's in here, right? Because all the sisters were here.
Yeah.
Here you are, Cinderella.
Yeah. And Dad said you were going to go to the cottage for your wedding anniversary, but he told everybody they were going to Niagara Falls. He said he just about had to drive halfway to Niagara Falls before he could get rid of all the Millers that were following behind him.
They wouldn't stop. We decided we'd turn the opposite way.
Yeah.
And we would, you know where they left? We drove all the way to Lismore before we got rid of them. Then we had to turn around and go back up.
Turn around and go to the cottage.
Kids do crazy things that we used to do stupid. Do you remember those terrible thunder flashes? You don't remember, but I bet your family remembers. Graham brought these thunder flashes back from the West. And you know what? He shipped 2 bags of those home on the train. One hell of a bang.
Yeah.
You were down at your place. you were down at your mom and dad's at the service station.
Yeah.
And having this big whooping New Year's Eve party. And Ralph and Greg went off in the highway, like just sounded like a bomb. Wow! And he went up the old guy across the street. I remember that picture with the sailor hat on the door.
Now that's the garage at the Rocky that's not there.
I remember Bill and I were little. Our old truck was sitting there, and he kept turning the key, and it would go ahead. And we went right in and bent the hinges so the door was sticking.
Mom, what was Uncle Bill like when he was a teenager?
He was a pretty nice kid.
Was he?
fell in when I was about 7 years old. They wanted to go back down swimming, everybody, and they wouldn't let me go. So I went down and had my own swim before they even got there. I got hell for being there. So I left. They didn't see me. I was walking across the head race there. So I heard somebody holler, looked around, and I walked off the edge. But anyway, at the same time, somebody grabbed me. Don grabbed me by the hair.
Oh, I was with them that day, yeah.
Were you? Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I was.
what do you
Almost
remember
did
about
drown.
that? Yeah.
You knew what? All he got when he got home was a good whack. Gary used to go in the hen house and tease this old rooster, and it used to chase the hell out of me. Come out, and he got a picture of him coming out with this rooster on his back. Gary's running. And
For Badman, Virginia, they had a shivaree for.
Oh, I was at the cottage.
We were at Georgie's
Georgie's
cottage, and we were there, and Mom's trying to get us off to bed. All of a sudden, the chainsaws start up in the bush. All these people come in. You guys, I think, were sitting around the bonfire beside of Georgie's.
Yeah.
I think Bev and Virginia were there, and Grandma might have been there, and we were getting off to bed, and then all these chainsaws came out of the bush. And all these people from all over that had driven down there.
Yeah.
So we
Nice.
got up and we didn't stay in bed, that's for sure.
No.
They look like real sailors.
Yeah, all the stripes, eh?
There's Major.
Major, yeah.
So that's Bill, Bev, and Gary, right?
I think it probably is, yeah.
There's no mistake.
That's Gary, yeah.
There's Bill.
Yeah.
And that's Bev.
And that's Bev in the background there.
There's his little Tadgers.
Excellent.
Hey, look at the age of these kids.
Boy.
And this is all the young ones. That'll be Bill and Gary and Bev there. That's Mary right there in the white shirt.
Yeah.
Quite a little turnout here, though.
And this is where you might have had some of the family, obviously, but you might have also had like neighbors or
Yeah,
or
exactly.
people that were
Yeah,
invited or
that's
something.
right. Yeah. What's
I hope, Grandpa, that's not whiskey.
Just pretend that was.
Everybody's having a good time.
you know, like your dad and them they were like parents.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was 8 when Barb was born, and like, well, the big brothers and sisters they really. I can't ever remember of my big brothers and sisters ever being mean to me.
Yeah.
Like they just were always kind, always, and sometimes if we got in trouble, like with Mom and Dad, they kind of helped you out of it.
Yeah.
Remember our own neighbors came up, the Horners and Janet. They brought Janet up to the afternoon reception, and she says, "I can't believe it. The family just said, no, they're not going home. Sit in and have supper." We were having this catered dinner, and they stayed, and then they went to the dance out at Stoddard Hall.
Yeah.
Janet said, "When I saw your whole family, it made me cry." Yeah.
That's the way it was then.
Some of the memories I have of my dad and mother are the neighborly stuff that went on in those days. You know, you always knew that your neighbors were your friends, and they all treated each other as such.
Look at them go.
Remember doing all this? You remember these?
Shoe kicks. Oh, there's Bev.
Yeah, there's Bev, yeah. Oh, here we go.
The three-legged race.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never known anyone from a really big family that didn't really like being part of a really big family. They generate something special. You know?
Well, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You make each other, like you played cards and stuff at night.
Sure.
And they taught you stuff too.
Sure, yeah.
And, or they gave you rent, like if you got into a little bit of trouble, they kind of bail you out.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
And that was when they started, in the summer times, it was very common to have, not necessarily like a total family reunion, but there'd be lots of relatives.
Lots of relatives around.
And when the weather was the way it was there, we were outside.
Tons of family in this one. Big baseball game, picnic.
Well, the baseball game.
Yeah, there's Grandma running down. Remember this game? Remember this game? Playing it?
Oh, they're passing the water.
Yeah.
And you had to fill a bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my mom.
Yeah.
I can remember talking to Olive, and I didn't know her babies, like I didn't know that stuff. I think I told you that before.
No.
I used to say, "Are those baby clothes for Avian?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they're afraid. Yeah. And then I came home. I can't remember why I was home. Maybe the phone call came before I went to school. I was going home. And Olive and Ralph had a baby girl. I was so excited. I don't think my feet touched the floor all the way to school. And couldn't wait to, I loved her. And then when she got big and wanted to play with my stuff, I didn't like her too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. A lot of horsing around.
Oh, just good family time, right?
Oh yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. Lots of laughs.
Oh, that's Harry Barber swinging.
Oh, that's Harry. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. With a cigarette in his hand.
He does that little dance.
What do you remember about, this is an infamous story in the Miller family, the Green Wiener store.
Yeah, right.
What can you tell me about that story?
Harry Barber and took Jimmy in there one time. They were camping back there, and Harry Barber took Jimmy in, and Harry was buying some things, and Jimmy spoke up. Dad, get some green wieners. You said this is the only place you could buy them.
I'm kind of thinking that there was more than one Green Wiener story now, because the story that Dad used to relay was that it was either Bev or, I thought Bev or you, it might have been Bev, was sent out to the store on his bike to buy some wieners. And he came home with a pack of wieners that were so old, they were green.
That's me.
That's you. Okay, and I'm right after you. That's me there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This is a nice. This is a nice long reel.
Yeah, it is.
There's.
This has got the most family in it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big gathering.
Yeah, it is.
Do you remember about the boys swiping Grandpa's Model T and shoving it down the hill on Saturday night and starting it down there so he wouldn't wake up? and they, I guess it was probably like the older boys, so it'd be Herb, Ralph, Chester, Huey, and they would want to go to the dances Saturday night, so they pushed the Model T out of the driveway and they coastered down the hill to the bridge, started down there so he wouldn't wake up with Dad. And so he gets,
probably gets wind of it.
Grandpa Jim was no fool. Well, he was noticing the gas gauge, right? So rather than say anything to them, he just drained all the gas out of it. they got it down to the bridge at the bottom of the hill, and they couldn't get it started. And the four of them had to push a Model T back up that hill and into the driveway, so Grandpa wouldn't know that what they were up to, because they were thinking about the next Saturday ahead, you know. And they never thought for a moment that Grandpa was onto them. So he gets up in the morning. He says, "You boys are looking a little peaked this morning. So you have a rough night last night or something?"
And they used to go and tip people's outhouses over, right?
Yeah.
Were you in on that?
Yeah.
You would tip outhouses over?
Yeah.
Did you go and help them put them back the next day?
Oh, not really.
That was Ron Hunt,
Yeah.
I think, right there.
Yeah. Cam.
Yeah, Cam.
Cam
Yeah.
there.
So there's Bonnie up behind.
Bonnie,
Yeah, and
that
was probably a fourth generation.
That's right.
When we were little kids, and the Rocky store was, wide open. Mrs. Ray was running it, and she used to pile her pop bottles out, set the cases of empty pop bottles out front, right by the door where you went in. And so the odd time, if we were short of money, we'd steal a couple or some of her pop bottles and take them in and cash them in. We did that quite a bit, so we got caught.
How long did it take for her to catch on?
Oh, not too long. But she did. I remember Dad had that old Durant car, and L.A. McLean was standing out leaning over the gate, and the Durant was sitting up where the garage was, right? And all of a sudden L.A. sees a Durant moving. L.A. opened the gate, the car went out through the gate, crossed the highway and into the mailbox.
And L.A. was probably looking, nobody in that car.
Yeah. I often think of L.A. L.A. McLean was a good family friend of ours.
Oh, yeah, he was good.
And he was good with us kids.
He was good with Bill.
Oh.
They're trying to go off his shoulders, I think. This is a little too heavy. They were throwing the kids over their shoulders. But.
Did you have chickens on your farm?
I think they had a few.
Yeah. Whose job was it to collect the eggs?
Just somebody. Usually Dad, I think.
Yeah.
Do you remember Dad?
Oh yes, I was crazy about him. I followed him around like a little puppy dog.
Your sheets were made out of Mom made the sheets, I think it was out of sugar sacks, because they were nice fine woven. Like they used flour sacks too. And she used to make aprons and stuff like that out of flour sacks, but they were a bit too coarse.
Yeah.
There's else you're going to get thrown in.
Yeah. And there's Keith.
There's Keith
smoking a pipe.
What year is this one?
Well,
I've
estimated, what do you think, 69?
Probably around there, because this all takes place at the cottage now.
Yeah, right.
Not necessarily at Grandpa's house.
You're going to be at, are you going over to Aunt Mary's after your surgery for a while?
No, I'm just, actually I get out the same day.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, they just, they first told me I'd be 2 days in jail, in the hospital. It's like a jail.
Kind of the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Dad, Grandpa Miller, told the Undertaker, well, John, you haven't got me yet, but when you do, that's the Undertaker. John, you haven't got me yet, but I'll have my boots on, and by God, he died on the tractor.
He died on his tractor. He was down at
Children's Cottage.
Children's Cottage.
Yeah.
Someone, I guess he leaned over and they had to get him off.
Yeah.
And he had his dog. I said he died the way he wanted. He was on his tractor with his boots on his feet and his dog at his side.
Yeah, Sam.
I'm kind of the older one now.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the one that can I'm the old aunt anymore, but I just, you kind of, I said I kind of think everybody's my kids now.
Are you going, Gare?
Yeah,
good to see
nice
you.
to see you guys.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you, Fred. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Yeah, we'll see you, Cindy. Bye-bye.
Take care of you too.
Bye, Gary.
careful.
Did you have a coat?
Yeah, I had a coat when I come in, and I'll have a coat when I go out.
Here, I'll break somebody's back. Dad and Mom. Now I know where I got my big boobs from.
Yeah, there he is, yeah.
And Gladys.
What's that say?
Don't worry, I won't put that in there.
What?
people would ask Dad if he had any music in him. Then he'd go, "Oh, geez, there must be none's ever come out."
Yeah.
Those boys had a lot of one-liners like that.
Yeah.
That were pretty funny, like your phone message.
Yeah. I am unable to take your call right now. However, if you leave your telephone number and name in the brief message, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a nice day, unless you've made other plans. Bye-bye.
Hello, Aunt Mary.
You're going to kill me, Fred.
Why?
I haven't got out that yet.